Just a warning, this next discussion will contain words of many syllables, won't it? I feel like I've got a lot of long words here. For Lenka McAlinden, is that a good start?
That is a good start.
A trip to Kenya in 2013 led to a whole new project for her. Finding inspiration from the town she visited, Lenka created Just Be a Child, which was set up to help Kenyan children be exactly that. The Stevenage-based charity funds the building of libraries and playgrounds to create opportunities in South Kenyan communities. Lenka will need your help this weekend. So should we go for the long word? So your maiden name is Deflerova.
Yeah, that's good.
There we go. And also, I like this. You are a cultural anthropologist.
I am indeed.
Okay. What does that mean?
Oh, that means that we go around and we look at people, we observe, and we try to understand what makes them tick.
Okay, you've been in my studio now for 6.5 minutes. Have you got a sense of what makes me tick yet?
Oh, you really don't want to know.
Oh, go on. What have you spotted? Anthropologically speaking, what have I done?
Oh, your mum is definitely out there on the list, really, isn't she?
You're not meant to give away the secrets of what we talk about on air.
Then don't ask.
It's a very sorry, off air. I mean, okay. Well, you can culturally, anthropologically observe me for the next.
I will do.
And you're a behaviour change specialist. Is that for businesses?
No, it's actually for charities, for universities, for anybody who deals with different types of people.
Right.
And they need to get them from behaving in one way to behaving in a completely different way.
So you can get me to behave, full stop.
I could.
Good luck with that.
Well, you would be surprised what I can do.
I have no doubt at all. Well, the reason I have no doubt is because you're quite clearly a very determined individual who won't let simple boundaries and borders stop you in a great project. Off you went to Kenya in 2013. This was shortly after your parents had passed away. Was there a link between the two?
Yeah, it was actually in 2012. The charity was formed in 2013, but unfortunately both of my parents died after quite a long illness. And when it was all over, I just needed a holiday, a bit of R&R, so I went to Kenya. Little did I know that, my grief is going to turn into a charity. Yeah.
So you go there for a holiday, but obviously you've gone to parts of the country that are off the holiday beaten track. For your eyes to have been opened.
Well, see, because what I do for a living, it's not really that much of a surprise. But yeah, I went to a 4-star hotel where I spent probably about a day and a half. And then off it was into the inner villages. And
you realise you could have been in Benidorm or Faro or Napoli in that hotel. You needed to get out and see the real country.
Yeah, I think then the cultural anthropologist or the person who I am kicked in, and that was that. So not much hotel time.
And so what kicks in? It is that desire to see what is happening on your doorstep.
Yeah, to see, to understand, to just mingle with the locals.
How did they respond to you?
Well, first it was, it was like, oh, white woman walking where white women normally don't walk. So it was lots of, a different word for you, peramende. Peramende means a sweet. So when they see a white person walking around, they start yelling peramende, peramende, which means give me sweets.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's what we conditioned.
Did you have Haribos with you?
I had tons of sweets from their local supermarkets.
Okay.
So I made friends instantly.
Really? Just by dishing out sweets?
Well, I think it was more just by talking to them and taking the time. Sweets were a bonus. After I ran out of sweets, they still talk to me.
So as someone who is a specialist in behavioural change and the way people operate and work, and your skills would have come into play in dealing with random people who you've met in a foreign country. Yeah,
I think I could go as far as to say that because of what I do for a living, that made our charity so much more successful than even I thought possible. So.
What challenges did you spot when you went on the streets dishing out your peramende? Is that it?
Peramende?
Peramende, your sweets. What did you spot? What concerned you?
Well, I guess concern me isn't quite the right word, but what made me want to do something about it was conversations with the kids when I asked them what dreams they have and what they want to be and what their favourite story is, and they all just looked with this very blank look, and then they said, we have never had a story, or we have never held a book, and to me that was, Yeah, I think dreams are really fueled with stories that we are told and stories that we read in books. And then I went to schools and I actually saw how little they have in terms of resources. So they really do not have any books either for teaching and learning or for just storytelling. So
isn't it a nice reminder that in this world of smartphones and tablets and computers and other ways of reading and television and all of those things that my children partake in, isn't it a nice reminder of the beauty of paper and the importance of a book?
see, I love books. I like Kindles just because when you travel it's easy, but I love books. I love the smell, the weight, the colours.
You sniff books?
I do.
Okay.
Is that wrong?
No, it's the fresh smell, isn't it? It's the new book, the opening the book moment.
I like the old musty books as well.
I think we'll park that one and move on to. Okay. So you're there, and you have this quite heart-wrenching moment when you realise that they don't have access to books, that they don't have access to stories. But there's quite a big jump from that to then setting up a charity.
It is. As you said, my parents both passed, and I inherited some money, and I thought I might not be able to do much, but I can see what I can do. So when I got back in UK, within a few months, a charity was formed.
So instead of buying a house or a car or doing that one thing you'd always wanted to do, or I don't know what else one does with inheritance money, you decided to put it to a charity.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I have everything I wanted. How corny does that sound? But I did. So I thought, I never had the money. So why not?
I don't mean to. I don't need a specific answer here, but generally here, are we talking a substantial? Are we talking thousands of pounds, tens of thousands of pounds?
No, we are talking just what you need to set up a charity in UK, which is £5,000.
Yeah,
obviously,
to be registered. Yeah,
I come from Czech Republic. Money is completely different value.
Yeah. So you set up the charity with the specific aim of providing books.
Well, no, I didn't know the first year what we were going to do. So as a cultural anthropologist, I returned to Kenya.
You love being a cultural anthropologist, don't you?
I do. But I returned to Kenya a few times before we actually settled on creating the charities. So we done the research. What would be the most beneficial?
What were your options? But what were you looking at in terms of what you could do?
Well, first we were looking at working with schools, but really we had no resources to continuously working with schools, so it was very short-lived intervention. And then once we left, the school teachers would revert to what they always done, what they always knew. So, and then we started accidentally, I think, working with communities a lot more, and we discovered that we can reach so many more children.
Yeah.
So
you went on to build a couple of playgrounds.
We did.
What do they look like?
They are metal, they're very colourful, and they are constantly used. So, and they are kind of testing tool for whether the community can respond to our projects.
Do you get that massive sense of gratitude when you see these playgrounds? Do the children really understand where they've come from?
I'm not entirely sure they understand where they come from, but what I really like is when they see them for the first time, they are going so slowly down the slides and they are only just about to swing, and you just think, come on, you can go a bit faster. And then you go there a few hours later and they are flying down. And so it's that kind of exploration of what playgrounds are for.
Now to give a sense of the sheer scale, the sheer scale of what you've achieved, in terms of the number of books you've shipped over, this is not 50, this is not 500, it's not actually 5,000. Imagine what 16,000, it's soon to top 20, 16,000 books looks like. It's incredible.
It is. It really is. And it's just amazing how generous people are with, their donations. And they give us so many books, more books than we can handle, to be honest. But, we can't leave a book behind. So
you take them all over there. They go into these two libraries.
Well, the container that we're going to be shipping in 2018 will become the third library. So that will be our new library that the local community will convert. They will cut the windows, paint and all that. And we use about 5,000 for the library. 5,000 books. Some of it will go to our two existing libraries to top up. and the rest is donated to other projects, hospitals, schools, charities, orphanages, all sorts of things.
It is incredible what you've done over the 4 years. This weekend you need help, don't you? Because a local company has offered their space, but you need actual humans.
I do. I need, as you said, 16,000.
You nearly said humans.
As you said, 16,000 books is an enormous amount, and we need bodies to help us put the books in boxes, seal the boxes, label the boxes, so we can ship it.
Now, would you like my listeners to join you via telepathy, or shall we tell them exactly where it's going to be and how they can help?
I am really tempted to say telepathy.
I know, but from an anthropological standpoint, that'd be quite exciting. So where's it going to be? It's at Dollymores, isn't it? Dollymore and Christie.
Dollymore and Christie. It's a removal and storage company in Ashbrook, which is just on the outskirts of Hitchin. And it will be on Saturday, the 1st of July, between 10 and 1.
So Ashbrook it's a couple of miles out, isn't it?
It's literally as you drive out of Hitchin, before you get to the Sainsbury's. Well, it is Sainsbury's, but it's Stevenage roundabout.
Yes.
So it's just a little hamlet on the left.
Dollymore and Christie, if you want to find them. Is it just a case of turning up at 10 o'clock?
Yes. Yeah. Anybody's welcome. It's books are heavy, but we have people to do the heavy lifting, so we really just need people to be able to put them in the boxes.
And if anybody's got books to donate, because we all do have books that we don't use anymore, how do they do that?
If they can deliver them between Monday and Friday, between 9 and 4 to Dollymore and Christie's, they can drop them off anytime they like.
And they're happy to receive them.
Yeah, they're very good to us. If not, they can call my number and we can organise a pickup.
And I'll make the same offer I always make on this programme. If it's easier, just drop me a line. nick@bbc.co.uk. I'll very, very happily put you in touch with Lenka. nick@bbc.co.uk. Your website is www.justbeachild.com. Have I got that right?
Yes.
And just give you the full address for the removal firm. They're at Ashbrook Cottages, which is SG4 7JY on the Stevenage Road, and their number 01462 458 762. Lenka, I think you've done brilliantly, and I hope that your charity continues to grow as it does and really make a difference to those children in Kenya.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure, and lots of long words as well.
Yes.
You're listening to BBC Three Counties Radio. It's Nick Coffer.